first version, so how was it coming in and like kind of replacing him?
Well, you know, you really, that's a, you know, Scott is such a gifted actor. He's so talented, and you know, I've met him a couple of times, actually in Florida, at MetroCon down in Tampa, and in Houston. I don't really know him very well, but he seems like a very nice guy, but he's a very talented actor. And you know, when they asked me to audition, I was up at Funimation, and they asked me while I was in the studio, they were like, hey, could you read something for us? And I was like, yeah. And I read this stuff, and I was like, is this Full Metal? You know, I'm like, because they were very secretive about it. They're like, And I remember calling Mike McFarlane, because he was the director, and I said, you know, any word on that thing I auditioned for? He's like, no, they're still, you know, it's not my decision alone. It had to go through the channels and up the ladder and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And I didn't give it another thought. It was almost, golly, I think maybe 4 months, 5 months before I got word. Okay, need you in to studio for about, you know, 10 hours or whatever to knock this stuff out. And I realized, you know, he's like, this is, you know, Hohenheim. Scott McNeil voiced it originally, and now you're the new Hohenheim. And I was like, oh, great. Scott McNeil fans are going to hate me, you know, even though, of course, it wasn't my decision. But, you know, one of the things when you do a character like that, or when I replaced McCavery as Gendo, is that, you know, they want you to sound somewhat like him, but they don't ask you to, like, mimic him. We're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes here. It's just, they're going to see in the cast list it's not him. So, you know, it was kind of weird at first, but I think they kind of withheld that information at first so I wouldn't get weirded out. You know, so, again, you know, the reason that they didn't have him had nothing to do with his talent. It was purely a visa thing. You know, he lives in Canada, and this was in Texas, so couldn't get too much farther away from each other. Yeah, but it was a fun character to play. You know.
You did a good job.
Well, I think I was far better than Scott ever was.
I can't stop. I think you know that is that.
Yeah, you're very sweet to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Well, thank you.